Well, hello, my friends. I'm coming to you for a Wednesday night devotion again from down in my basement. As you can see behind me, I have a lot of stuff down here. If you could see all the way around me, you'd see what chaos it is. But I did get a few clamps hanging up on this door back there, and I did get a few things done. But anyway, I had a few thoughts I wanted to share with you. Our country is going through some very strange times. I think you could agree with me about that. You know, who could have predicted an attack on the Capitol of the United States? Who could have predicted that? The truth is, there are extremes in every movement. There will always be those who want their philosophy to prevail, even if they have to use violence. On the left, on the right, on the socialist, communist side, on the democracy, freedom side, there will always be those who are extreme like that. Conflict always has the potential to ignite hatred. I personally like President Trump's policies. I like lower taxes. I like control over our borders. I like the wall. I like standing up to China. I like America first. I like that he has kept us out of certain foreign entanglements. I like that he wanted the schools to stop teaching children to hate the history of this country. I think that he has done more for minorities than any other president ever. I like that about him. And I like that he talks about God. Those who attacked the Capitol were vicious haters. Haters. Those who were rioting and burning last summer in the streets and jumping on police cars and setting things on fire, they were vicious haters. The extremes of each point of view, the extremists. Hatred is on the rise on both sides. Hatred is on the rise. Nothing new about it. You know, the earth was filled with violence in Noah's time. That's why God destroyed it. They hated Jesus. Crucify him, they said. Knowing what a torturous, horrible death it was, they demanded his death, and they demanded it in that horrible way. Complete hatred. Hatred. Because he didn't keep up the traditional Jewish ways. He was doing something new and different in the things that he said. And they couldn't stand that. You know, Nazi Germany, talk about hatred, complete hatred. Some people feel that they have a good reason to hate. They feel wronged. I can understand that, but it's not right. But I can understand it. Jesus loved them even though they hated him. He loved them anyway. Can you love the one that hates you? Can you love the one that's mean to you? Matthew 5:43-46 says this. You have heard that it was said, and this is part of the Sermon on the Mount, by the way, Matthew 5. You have heard that it was said, love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you, that you may be children of your Father in heaven. He causes his sun to rise on the evil and the good, and sends rain on the righteous and the unrighteous. Verse 46, if you love those who love you, what reward will you get? Are not even tax collectors doing that? I take responsibility, and I hope you will too, to love. It's our Christian responsibility. We have the Holy Spirit of God in us. God is love. We can't filter or restrict our love. It's the love of Christ that moves us to love the unlovable. You know, that's what Jesus did. I was unlovable because of my sin. And so were you, you must admit. But he loved me anyway. Anyway, we should be like him. We need to be like that. To love the unlovable. Love no matter what. Love no matter what. You can't turn it on and turn it off. If you're doing that, it's not real godly love if you're doing that. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. If you only love those who think like you, who look like you, who act like you, then you're not loving as he loved you. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, first 7 verses, if I speak in the tongues of men and of angels, but I do not have love, I am only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. In other words, I'm just making noise. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have faith that can move mountains but do not have love, I am nothing. If I give all my possessions to the poor and give over my body to hardship, that I may boast, but do not have love, I gain nothing. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. We don't see much of that. Look at TV and look at the things they're trying to do. It's not coming out of love. It's coming out of hatred. It really is. And maybe fear. I think fear comes from hatred too. The biggest hater is the enemy of God, is the God of this world. When you see people responding in hate, Satan is behind the hatred. When you see people harming each other, Satan is behind the hatred. We need to be above all that, to be above it. Love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. Is that an easy thing to do? Well, not at first. Look at a person. Love that person. Even if you don't like what they're doing or how they look or what they're saying, love them with the love of the Lord. Hard to do? Not if you're practicing. You need to practice it. You need to start looking at people and find something lovable about them and let the love of God come through you and love that person, not react in hate, not react in hate. And above all, Peter said this in 1 Peter 4:8, above all, love each other deeply, because love covers over a multitude of sins. I don't know about you, my friends, my brothers and sisters, my precious beloved. I don't know about you. But I'm determined to love no matter what. No matter what I see people do, see people look like, no matter what I see them do, I am responsible to love, and I'm determined to do that. How about you?